Hello and welcome back to Life Goals. This is my end of year video. We are so far behind on videos, it's not even funny. We were supposed to have an end of year video for you today, which is the 31st, from both of us, but I have not been well. So I thought, because I'm not well, I'd jump on and I'd record this one and talk you through why I'm not well and just what way my year was and what I wanted of next year, basically. So to start off with, going to openly admit to you right here and now, I've been doing really bad on every single front that you could ask me about. Mental health? No. Physical health? No. Diet? Water? Exercise? Social media? Forget about it. I've been terrible the past month with everything. So I have. But it is now the 31st. Me, Graham and Susan made a pact with each other. Yeah. That poor choice of words, yes I know. But anyway. That come 2023 we're going to work extra hard on ourselves. So we are. And we're going to put a ton of effort into both physical health and mental health for each other. Whether that means giving each other space or making sure we're there for each other when something happens. You know, it's just pushing each other to be the best version of themselves. But also knowing that, like, say for me, pushing me at certain times might not work because of the way my head functions. My head functions a little bit different to the likes of Graham and Susan. So it does. I'm just sitting you down on a blanket now. I'm sitting on the bed. So sometimes, yes, the extra push is exactly what I need. But other times, that push is what I don't need. And I know that probably makes no sense to people. But I'm going to reflect on my year. I'm not going to go too much. I'm going to go most into detail on my mental health and my diet and eating habits. Because we are doing a 2022 recap with the both of us. So we are. So I don't really want to go into too much detail on certain things. I am going to take my rings off at the moment though, because I'm feeling very kind of claustrophobic with them on at the moment. Kind of happens every now and then. That's one thing that happens to me every so often. It's to do with my head. I feel claustrophobic with stuff on me and I end up having to take them off. Including my watch, by the way. Okay, so let's see. 2022 has been one hell of a year. If you talk, 2020 with the big C, was bad. The way I would put it is I'd rather go back to them days than what this year was. This year was a friggin' roller coaster and a half of a year. I never want to go through this year again or anything that happened in this year again. Because honest to God, I'm surprised I even survived this year in a sense. Like that I'm back working and everything. Like I'm back working in a place with a permanent job basically. And I'm after everything that's happened this year, I'm surprised that is the outcome at the end of the year. And if you had said that to me at the beginning of the year, I would have said, or especially come May, I would have said no. June, no. Basically throughout the summer, if you had said it to me, I would have said fuck off, no. That's not going to happen. So I've come on here and talked to you about my year already every now and then and kind of explain things to you. But I'm kind of going to give you a few updates on all the situations that have happened throughout this year. So, one, yes, I did leave Suzyroo, my CE scheme that I was on, for over 4.5 years. I did leave it and I did go to full-time employment in a creche. I did not like working in that creche. It was not good for my mental health. It actually caused me to have a mental breakdown. And the reason I say mental breakdown is because that's what my mom calls it. My mom calls it a mental breakdown. I wasn't sleeping. I was vomiting a lot. I gonna get very detailed. I had diarrhea a lot. I actually ended up in St. Michael's A&E at one point because it was happening like 2 or 3 times a week. My stomach was going on me. So I was having more and more panic attacks. I was more and more irritable. I was literally getting on the phone to my ma and Graham and people crying my heart out, saying I did not want to be there. I did not want to be in this place. I was terrified. Everything. So, and it had nothing to do with the place. Don't get me wrong. Like, the people were really nice and all in there, and the kids were really accepting of me straight off the bat. It just was not for me because of the way my anxiety is. I was not able to handle it. I was terrified to turn my back for more than 2 seconds. With the kids in the room, and that would literally be just to blow my nose, or like if I had to clean up dirt off the floor. Like, literally, I chose cleaning over everything just so that I'd be kind of like left on my own for a bit. So that job was not for me. So I left that job, and I was out of work for about 3 months, 4 months, no longer than that. Jeez, I started the job end of May. No, I started the job beginning of June, sorry. So I was in the job for June. Then at the end of June, I left. And I didn't get paid until July. So I was moneyless, jobless, everything for a good month. So I was. And then I was on the sick for like August, September, October, and most of November. And throughout October and November, I kept on getting told that there was this job coming up. I was getting like inside information that there was a job coming up that I could apply for in Suzyroo, which was amazing. So of course I applied, I went to the interview and all like that, and I got it. It was amazing. Like, I managed to get the job that I dreamed about getting. So I did. So I've been in there since end of November. I've only been in it for about a month. I've only been back for about a month. But it is a stressful month because of Christmas. So even though, like, with the help of like my family, Graham, Susan, my cousin Claire, even with the help of all them, yes, I did manage to get my mental health a little bit better. I'm not as bad anymore, but I'm still pretty bad. I still find myself in my new workplace where I feel the most comfortable, or new old workplace, but in the job I'm in, even though I'm used to it there, I still feel myself panicking a little bit every now and then, and it just kind of goes to show that I haven't fully gotten over my mental breakdown during the summer, which is really annoying, but it's going to be an ongoing process. That's one of the things that I'm going to be working on in the new year, come tomorrow basically. I'm going to be starting to work on it. I've got a notebook, which is in a bag somewhere over there. I have a notebook written that I picked up, a Legally Blonde one, and I have like a little fluffy pen and all to go with it, that I'm going to be using to write down different activities I can do for my mental health. One activity, which is, you wouldn't have seen it in the gift video because it was late, but I got a belated Christmas present off Amanda. I had ordered them into my local bookshop beginning of December, I think it was. So it took quite a while for them to come in, but I finally got them. There was a book I grew up reading called Ghost Twins One Wish Pond, which I've read so many times that the book I actually have there is falling apart. It's held together with sellotape. But it was my go-to book when I needed something to read. And I'm not an avid reader. I don't read much. So for a book like that to exist, that I will go back and read multiple times, I was like, I have to get the other ones. Now, I'm missing number 8, but my mum and dad did get me book 1 to 7. And because these are books that, they're different colours, the one I have is a blue covered book, but this is the one I read constantly. This is the one I read. But now I have the first one, and I'll do up to number 7. So, like, that's one activity I'm going to be doing for my mental health. I'm going to be taking time out of the day, away from electronics, away from, like, my phone, the Xbox, all things like that, and I'm just going to read my book. So I am. Now, another thing for my mental health that I'm planning on doing is the room. Now, when I say that, I don't mean like we're redecorating the room, but we're finishing the room. So, like, I have a couple of things coming from Shein. So I have lights coming from Shein, which are going here on my back wall, because I miss my lights on the back wall. I love these, don't get me wrong. They need to be put back up properly, but I love these, so don't get me wrong, they're brilliant. But I miss my twinkle lights here. I used to love my lights here. So I'm going to refresh this wall. And with the help of my cousin, I'm refreshing, like, the organisation of the room a little bit, in the sense of where, like, all my ornaments go, basically. Because I've got like bits up here, there, everywhere. Anywhere there's a shelf or a top of a unit that you can put an ornament on, I have it on. Now our top of our fridge is looking a lot better because we've hid away the extension lead behind our new record player that we got for Christmas. So I'm liking that. We have a plan to put up like a little shelf for like pop figures. I'm liking the idea of that. But basically, I am going to be doing a lot more in the new year to work on my mental health. With the help obviously of other people. As I've said, like everyone's there trying to help me as best they can. So they are, like my ma's trying to push me a bit more now as well and all like that. So hopefully I'll be able to bounce back fully from my mental breakdown. The other thing that happened was back in May, and it was my dad, who is a pain in my ass at times, but he had a heart attack and basically died for 25 minutes. It didn't fully hit me in the sense of when celebrating Christmas and New Year's and all like that. It didn't fully hit me about him at first. So if any of you watch Suzyroo, this is what she was talking about, by the way. She did her end of year video and she was saying about stuff that happened to me this year. This is what she was talking about. She was talking about my dad and how he had a heart attack, died for 25 minutes, and it was touch and go for a while. So that really like that really like hit me hard, and I didn't process it because I was still going to work and all this. Like I didn't give myself the time to process anything. And then the mental breakdown also. That's what she was talking about. If any of you watch hers.
And we do appreciate her saying it was our business.
No. I'm getting there. So just in case you are wondering what she was talking about, that is what she was talking about. I honestly, if she had have said it to us, I wouldn't have minded. I appreciate that she was keeping it to herself, just for my privacy reasons. But I am being open, and if she watches this, when she watches it, whatever you want to word that. Thank you for, that allowing that bit of privacy on my behalf. But I will say you can talk about it if you want, because I'm being open about it, okay? So I'm just putting that message out there for Suzyroo. But no, how do I say? I appreciate my dad a lot more now, in a sense, because we weren't meant to have Christmas with him. We weren't meant to be celebrating New Year's today. So we weren't. Today wasn't meant to be a celebration of New Year's. And then, he's getting back to his normal self. He's starting to talk about going back to work and all this and all different things and all like that. So, like, I'm happy to see how far he's come. But me and him both have a lot of mental health issues to deal with, is what I was going to say. Graham said catching up. No. I have a lot of mental health issues to deal with him. And so does he. He has a lot of mental health issues to deal with. So he does. So we've got a lot of things to work through.
Want to bend these other ones?
Yeah. We've got a lot of stuff to work through, me and him. But that's one thing that happened to me this year. So like this year has not been great, and then my nanny hasn't been doing so good. A couple of years back, she hit what I call the old age wall. Her and my granddad, they just kind of deteriorated, very quickly, but like are still the same in a sense. They're just a little bit. The weakness kicked in. The old age weakness kicked in, basically. But this year, the past like 2 months, she's really, really gone downhill. So it turned out that she has brain cancer. They managed to operate a bit and get a bit of it off, but she's going to be starting radium soon, to give her some extra time. Now she's going to be very tired, so she is with it. But at the moment, like I've said it to my mum, Graham, and I've said it to my cousin Claire, and like the reason I've said it to them is because I'm out to talk to them face to face. So when I do sit down and see Susan face to face, I'll be talking to her about it as well. I mean, obviously I'm saying it here now, but I was having this kind of like PTSD moment, because about, I don't know, 15 years ago now, we went over to my nana and granddad's on New Year's Eve over in Shankill, and we saw him rang in the New Year. Once he rang in the New Year, he went to bed. Then he had his brother up and his family up the next day, and then he was gone. like he passed away. And so in my head I'm getting flashbacks to that, and I'm getting in my head I'm like, is that going to happen again? Is she holding out for one more New Year's? You know, that's what's in my head right now. Like, is she doing what my granddad did? That's the way my head goes. But we don't know how long we have with her. We're going to try and appreciate every moment we do have with her. I was over there with her the other day, which was really nice. It was me, Graham, and my cousin Claire went over when she finished work. So it was really, really nice going over to see her that day. So it was, we left just as she was going down for her little nap that day. So that was really nice. So like, I'm learning, coming up to the end of the year, I'm learning to appreciate my health a lot more in a sense, because of everything that's happened. I want next year to be an amazing year because of all the shit that went down this year. I don't want a repeat. So we've got loads planned for next year. We've Graham's birthday in January.
What? It's my birthday.
First thing up, Graham's birthday. And then in February, obviously we have Valentine's Day, and obviously me and Graham are gonna do something. And we have Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
Valentine's Day, yeah.
I could never pronounce that properly. We have that with Susan, so obviously we're gonna do a little something for that. But also in February we have a little holiday away with Suzyroo out in Dublin. A little bit different to the normal ones, but we have that planned for February. And then I don't know what way everything else is throughout the year, but we have my Auntie B's wedding next year, her soon to be husband's and his twins' 50th birthday. We have a confirmation. We have a communion.
Yeah.
It's Izzy's communion, and does she know what she's doing for communion?
She's going to a hotel.
No, but does Izzy know?
No. So I'm trying to think.
Okay, we're hoping to see them for her communion.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. We will have a little present for her, so don't worry.
Yeah.
So we have Izzy's communion, my nephew's confirmation, we have a wedding, a 50th birthday. I have another cousin who's turning 18, but I don't know if they are doing anything for it. Obviously, my big 30th birthday is next year, which I'm going to start planning very, very soon. And then a little last minute thing was added in. So it was, I got a voice note from my cousin Claire being like, right, you need to start saving. And I'm like, oh God, no, what for now? And she goes, we're thinking of going to Disneyland Paris on the 28th of December till the 1st of December or the 2nd of December or whatever it was, for a few days basically, and ringing in the new year in Disneyland Paris. So they're like, do you want to come? And I'm like, I will sell my soul to the devil.
And that will be a good vlog.
Also, wait for the content. Can you we need to get a GoPro or something that we can stick on us for when we're going on the rides. Oh, there's so much good planned for next year. Plus, we're meant to be buying tickets to go see Lion King live in Bord Gosh. There's a few other shows I want to try go see next year as well. Wicked is coming, and I've been told I need to see that. So I definitely have to get tickets to Wicked as well next year. There's loads to plan for next year. And I'm hoping that because a lot of it costs money, it means there will be less takeaways. There will be less junk food eating and less fizzy drink. Which basically means I'll lose the weight faster. Because I'm going to try my best to spend my money on, like, not concert tickets, but like theatre tickets, on savings for Disney, on savings for February, on just everything. Savings for my birthday.
Don't forget less online shopping.
He's being mean now.
What?
Take away me takeaways, my junk food. Just don't take away me online shopping. That is one thing I do need to get over. I mean, like, I'm not as bad in a sense. Like, I spent all my all my Christmas money online, but that's because
I spent it on points.
that's because there isn't really much in the shops that I wanted. Like, I could have gone to Penny's and picked up bits, but I got a work voucher, so I got loads of stuff on Shein, and then I got makeup bits that I needed. I got a new water bottle thing that I want to try. I got some stuff off Amazon for Graham for his birthday. There will be hauls on all this, by the way. We have a board now up on our wall for writing down what meals we're going to have. So that's one thing that I'm doing in the new year. I'm going to plan out my dinners for every day of the week. I'm going to plan out my lunches for every day of the week. I'm going to try plan out my breakfasts and try get up in the morning and have a breakfast. I have a new skincare routine that you would have seen that I'm going to try do every single day of the week. And yeah, like I've got loads planned for next year. So I'm like, and I really want to put myself out there in online in the sense like I want to try even harder with YouTube, with streaming video games, with doing Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I want to like really try and like push myself to do more online social media content because like that's something I like if I can make a career out of I would make a career out of it. I want to get back into my writing. I want to get back into my reading. Like these are all stuff I want to try get back into that, get back to who I am and not this nervous wreck of a person that, you know, can't bring herself to eat the healthy food or choose the easy way out of everything. Like I need to build myself back up to where I was during at the beginning of COVID, basically, where I was like, right, breakfast, lunch, dinner, healthy every day. I was drinking my water. We'd cut way down on like takeaways and junk food. We were going for walks and all that. I was doing exercises. I was doing stuff for my mental health and I was working extra hard on YouTube and all. Like I want to get back to who I was then, like just before COVID, via beginning of COVID, because I had really come so far at that point. And then when it hit, and then everything else that's just happened, I have random panic attacks for no reason whatsoever at the moment. Like I panic over the most stupidest things. Literally, like Susan would be one to back me up on this. I panic over stupid things. Everyone will tell you that. So I'm planning on working extra hard this year. Now I know everyone says that, oh, that's your New Year's resolution, da 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 da. No, it's not a New Year's resolution. It's something that I have been doing and I know I can do, and I just need to get back to doing it. I just need to get back to there because I let everything get to me. I didn't work on anything. I didn't deal with anything. I pushed it to the back of my brain and moved on and didn't actually deal with anything. So this year I'm dealing with it. This year I'm pushing through the barriers. I'm breaking down the walls and I'm going to get to where I need to be. Because when I go over to Disney in December, I'm going to be Disney bounding. I'm bringing my Loungefly bag and I'm bringing my mini ears. And I'm going to be one of those girls that post up on Instagram the Insta shots, because I can tell you this much, my cousin's not going to let me go without doing that. She knows that that is my dream to do, and she's going to help me with that. Graham knows it's my dream to do. He's going to help me with that. Yeah. I cannot wait. There's a big gang of us going. So it's going to be a dream come true for me. An absolute dream come true. Plus, I haven't been outside the country in, I don't know how many years now. 12 years.
Since I was 18.
Basically, yeah. My 18th birthday present was Disney. I'm 13 in 2023. Just gonna point that out. That's how long it's been. But yeah, I have loads of plans for the new year.
I've never been to Disney.
Graham has only left the country once to go to England, and I don't really count that as a holiday considering he came back sick and you only went over to watch a stupid football match. That ain't no holiday outside the country, lads. Just saying. That's a trip, not a holiday. That is a trip. So it is. But anyway, next year I'm going to go ham on social media, on YouTube and everything. Like you can hold me accountable for it. Oh, I got comments. Oh dear God. I need to hop onto the computer and do my comments. Again, apologise for, oh my God, how many do I have? That's so many. 15. I need to get better at commenting back. I do apologise.
Sorry, I'm sidetracking you.
No, it's something else I need to do. I need to prioritise a work schedule so that I'm not coming home from work and just sitting down watching Xbox all night. That I can come home and have my dinner, help make the dinner, and then, a lot like a half an hour space where I can make sure that I'm up to date on like thumbnails, that I'm up to date on what's it called? Scheduling, and that everything's written in on the calendar online, and that just do a bit of YouTube work when I get home every day. Make sure that like everything is organized and set up and all that kind of thing. Oh God, my head's gone again. Also work on my migraines next year. I thought they would lessen once I got my hair cut, although this is the worst one I've had in a very, 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 very long time. Well, not a very long time, but in a while anyway. This is the worst one I've had. So that's why we're behind on videos. So instead, this one's going to go up tomorrow, I think. But we will have mine and Graham's end of year review and talk about next year real soon. But yeah, sorry for rambling. Hopefully you enjoyed and look forward to new content coming soon from me. Bye.